Pretty much everyone around the country is waiting day by day to see if Bernie Sanders will stay in the Democratic primary, as he says, all the way to the Philadelphia primary. And as we're waiting day by day, those in both Hillary Clinton's campaign and also in the media are attacking him, because apparently most of them think that him staying in will lead to the utter destruction of the Democratic Party or something along those lines. But what do the American people think? Well, there's a new poll by Vox and Morning Consult that says only 36% of Americans think that Sanders should throw in the towel already, compared with 48% who want him to keep fighting. And a small percentage, of course, which doesn't have an opinion. What the hell? Start paying attention, people. But that means the majority of the Americans, of those who have an opinion, do think that he should stay in, even after California. Now, the poll results ended a day or two ago, so we don't have Obama's endorsement of Hillary Clinton or Elizabeth Warren's. But even after the California primaries and the others that happened on Tuesday, they think that he should keep going. So that's the people at large. You might think, well, they don't matter. This is a primary. What do the Democrats think? Well, the news is good for Bernie Sanders there as well. 47% of party members want Sanders to stay in, compared with just 42% who want him out, with 11% having no opinion. I find it even harder to understand how people in the Democratic Party don't have an opinion on that after all this time. But that is certainly good news for Bernie Sanders, even though it appears, based on the votes, you would imagine that Hillary Clinton should command the loyalty of more than half of Democratic Party members. It doesn't actually work out that way in practice. And many people, whether they voted for Bernie Sanders or not, think that him staying in does have value, that it could lead to something that benefits the party, benefits them, perhaps benefits America at large. And just in case you've started to think over the past week or two that those pushing him to remain in, those pushing for him to accomplish something before this race is over, are just the young internet goers, let's bring up this chart. And you're going to see that there's wide approval for him staying in. Yes, the highest percentage of those who think he should stay in, at 64%, are those between 18 and 29, the youngsters. But look at the 55 to 64-year-olds. They still basically almost 2-to-1 think that he should stay in. And that's the age group that Hillary Clinton is supposedly dominating in. That many of those did vote for Hillary Clinton, but they still think there's value to Bernie Sanders being in the race. Now, I can't predict the future. I don't know what's going to happen in a week after the Washington, D.C. primaries. I can only read from what Bernie Sanders says and what he does, what might happen. But as of today, it looks like Bernie Sanders isn't going anywhere, and it's got to be good news for him to know that the American people and the Democratic Party membership have his back. And that's my final judgment.